Hey guys, so I thought I would do a my life story video, and I did a video earlier and I tried it on a whiteboard and that did not work out good because I just didn't know what to say and what to draw, and plus I'm a terrible drawer. Here's the outcome of it, of the ending. But yeah, I'm just gonna tell you the significant parts in my life instead of writing it on a board like people do. But news flash, I got a haircut and I also dyed it a dark brown with a tint of red, but you can't really see the red and can't really see the dyeing. But yeah, so here is my life story. Get ready because it is filled with stuff. But yeah, so it first started out with my mom and my dad, and I'm very lucky to have them because some people don't even have a dad or a mom, and I'm sorry about that. Like, my ex-boyfriend didn't have a dad because he died from cancer, and it just makes me so sad to think like people are actually going without their mom or dad. Like, I could never see myself without my mom or dad, and I'm thankful to have them. But they first met at Outback Steakhouse. If you don't know what that is, it's a restaurant where they sell steak as their main thing. And my mom was the little cashier girl who checked people in, and my dad was the cook. So they probably bumped into each other somehow and was like, "Oh, just kidding. It ain't no soap opera or whatever." But they fell in love and had my oldest sister, and her name was Alexandra Kaya Krajewski. Please don't look her up and stalk her, but yeah, Alexandra Kaya Krajewski. And they named her middle name after Bob Marley because my dad was Bob Marley obsessed, and that's probably where I get it from because I love Bob Marley, even though he's dead. Rest in peace. But yeah, if you don't know what her middle name has to do with him, just look it up. And they were happy and all, like regular couples. And then I came along, and I almost died at birth, so I was the bad kid. I was the kid that came out dark purple, and it was about this color, and my whole entire body was that color because I had low blood pressure, and without the doctors there, I would have died instantly. I needed to be hooked up to a machine right away, and for them to pump sugar through my bloods, I guess. And I'm better now, obviously. But yeah, that was probably hard on them. And my name they were supposed to name me was Madison, but as you can tell, my name's Kayla, so they named me Kayla instead. And then came along my little sister Tori, and she was the perfect baby because my big sister Alex had a cone head, and she never grew hair. And there was me, and there was my sister, who was a little Miss Perfect, but she was a little chubby monkey when she grew up. And her name was Tori Lynn Krajewski. Well, Victoria Lynn Krajewski, but we call her Tori. And mine is Kayla Dawn Krajewski. And again, please don't stalk us because that's creepy. And yeah. But yeah, so I went to my first school. I went to a couple first schools and preschool and stuff, and I got kicked out of a couple of them because I was a little mischievous child, punching girls in faces and disobeying rules. But I guess that's just me, and I still am like that to this day. But heads up to my parents taking care of me and all. But yeah. Then I went to a real school that I stayed there from 1st to 6th grade, and that was Las Brisas Elementary. And I was popular, I guess, but I had lots of drama until 6th grade year. 6th grade year went down low, and I really don't know how. But in 4th grade, I had ADHD, and I don't really know if I did or not, but they said I did, and I was on medicine, and it helped me, I guess, but it made me throw up because it was nasty. And yeah. But 6th grade came, and I was bullied by this girl named Naya, and she was big black girl who was like 10 times my size. I was a little white girl, not gonna hurt anybody, and she came up behind me during breakfast time at school and punched me in the back twice. And then she threw away my breakfast, and I don't know if I don't know. I don't really remember, but yeah, that explains that. And my parents took me out of that school for the last 2 weeks of school. And then I went to summer, and then I went to Kachina Elementary. I moved into Kachina Elementary and stayed there from 7th to 8th grade. And I was also popular. I mean, I'm not bragging or anything, but I had my best friend Gina, and she was the main popular girl that everyone knew. Like, everyone in high school knew her, and I'm so thankful I met her, because me right now, I would be totally different. And she helped me through life, I guess. And she changed me, but it was good change, because I don't even know. Yeet. But yeah, so I was popular and all that stuff. And then I moved halfway through 8th grade year, and I was sad because I was leaving all my friends, and it was about 4 months left of school. And I went to Gavlin, and that's where I live now, New River, and it sucks. Don't ever live in New River, because you can't go anywhere and you don't know anybody. But yeah, so when I first came to Gavlin, I was the loser. I mean, I know I'm being like judgmental, but seriously, I was friends with the loser group. But I gotta admit, being friends with the losers is actually pretty nice. I mean, they're really nice, and but you kind of find out that they're really weird, and I'm probably gonna get a lot of hate for labeling them, but I ain't gonna lie. I'm gonna be straightforward that they were losers, and I wanted to get away, so I did. And then I went to my best friend Jaden, and me and her are like this. And even though I didn't know her for that long, we were very close, and she was my next door neighbor. And she introduced me to Bailey, Brooke, and Lauren, and Ashley. I'm pretty sure Ashley hates me now, and I'll tell you that later in the story. But I have Bailey, Brooke, and Lauren, and they're also my best friends. And then I have Michael and Daniel, and Rondell, of course. But those were my best friends. And then my little other friends were like Natalia and all of them. And I actually forgot to tell a story in between that, and that was my parents' divorce. I guess I really forget about that while I'm telling my story, but yeah, so what happened was, one morning, my parents never fought, so I don't even know what was going on, but I woke up one morning and my dad was gone. So I didn't think anything bad of it. I was just like, oh, maybe he went to work early. And my friend Ariana was over, so I was like, Mom, where's Dad? She's like, I'll tell you when we take Ariana home. So we took Ariana home, and then my mom started crying in the car. And I was just like, Mom, where's Dad? And she's like, I don't want to be married anymore. And that took my heart. I was extremely sad, and I didn't know what to think. I was confused, like, why did you guys get a divorce? I mean, me and my sister, of course, bald, and my mom bald, and we were going to my aunt's birthday party, and she was just like, just wasn't really working out, and he'll be fine without me. And I was so confused because I didn't know. I mean, I was a little naive. And this was about in 6th grade. So, right, the teenage year starts. She tells me about this. And my dad's not doing too good now. He's an alcoholic. He has a terrible girlfriend who's a drug addict, meth, heroin, all that bad stuff, yeah. And my dad was doing pretty good until he met her. And he started drinking more, and she made him move to this downtown place in downtown Phoenix called Highland. And in our little neighborhood, there was little people that described the people. So there was us, the good people. Next to us, there was these Mexican girls that never talked, but they had Mexican kids that talked English, and they would hang out with us. And they were like, I don't know, 10. And the next to them was the crazy guy named Chris, and he would feed stray cats, and he was a schizophrenic. And he had naked pictures of girls all over his walls, and I was so creeped out by him, so whenever I saw him come out, I would just run. And he'd be like, "Where you going, girls?" And I'm just like, goodbye. And then next to him, what was next to him? Oh yeah, the manager guy who was the drug dealer of our little complex. And he also was like 80, and he was dating this like 30-year-old girl, but he was dating her because free sex, I guess, and drugs. And she had 2 little kids who would always hang out with me, and the little boy had a crush on me, and the little girls would steal money from my parent steal money from my dad. And I feel bad for them though, because they got caught by CPS. Their mom was like, "Run, run," and then they ran away from CPS, and then they got caught. And then across from him was Roger. He was this black man, and he was very nice, but always drunk all the time. Drunk and high, drunk and high, drunk and high. And he always would come over to our house and just smoke out of a pipe and didn't care. He just didn't care, I guess. And he was something. He had Kool-Aid with him all at times, and he would give us Kool-Aid too. And then next to him was this more Mexican people, and they never came out of their house. The one time they came out of their house was when cops drove up and needed to talk to them. I'm pretty sure they had a meth lab or something going on in there, but they never came out. I never saw them, and I lived there for about a year. I didn't see them. So, gotta get you thinking, like, what was going on in there? And then next to them was, Bob. Bob was really nice to my dad. They were best friends. He was in a rock band before, and my dad knew him. And he would let us use his iPad all the time. And he really didn't want to come out because he didn't want to be caught up in the drama. And then the guy at the end was who my dad's girlfriend cheated on. And I think his name was like Esteban or something Russian, but he was weird and he scared me. And he had drugs too, and he gave my almost stepmom drugs. And her name's Jessica, and her ex-boyfriend is still after her, and he wants to kill my dad because he's obsessed and abused her. And it's just crazy. Like, oh my gosh, you don't even know. I mean, you're lucky. To all my friends out there, you're lucky I'm not one of those suicidal girls who cuts herself. Yeah, no cuts, no cuts, no cuts. Because I actually stay strong, unlike most of you little, like, if you really look at my life, I mean, it's pretty hard, and I don't cry about it all the time. I don't whine about it all the time, because I think the best of it. I mean, so what if my dad's an alcoholic? So what if he has a druggy girlfriend? But that's not the point. I mean, as long as I have a mom and a dad, I'm happy. I'm happy. And let's get back to the point, back to Gavlin. So my mom met her boyfriend, Ben, and they're together now, and we actually live with him, and he has a son and a daughter, Justin and Aubrey. And Justin is my age. We're both freshmen, and Aubrey is my sister's age. They're both going into 7th grade, and we're going to Boulder Creek High School. And I guess I'm kind of scared, I guess. I don't know. But yeah. Okay. My friends Bailey, Brooke, and Lauren and Ashley, when I met them, I was so happy because they were finally not little annoying people. They weren't annoying, and I was so happy. I mean, they were like me. Dirty, funny, nice. And, yeah, so we hung out a lot, and we went to the park, and I met my boyfriend, Rondell. And we actually met each other at Future Freshman Night. And we didn't, well, I liked him, but I don't know if he liked me. And we first started dating at his party. And when I told my friends, they were all mad at me because apparently I had a thing with Ashley, but he didn't. He told me himself he didn't. I mean, he kissed her because she wanted her first kiss, and he was just like, alright, I mean, what guy doesn't want to kiss a girl? I mean, yeah. But she apparently thought they had a thing, but I guess they didn't. and he told me that himself, and then we started dating, and it's been about, I'm just gonna estimate, 2 months. We started dating March 24th, and we've gone on one date to the Fault in Our Stars movie, and I didn't cry. I guess he teared up, but I don't know. We're really close. We can talk about anything with each other. Can't really hang out much because I live in New River and he lives in Anthem, which is actually kind of close to each other, but yeah. And I don't really know what else to say. But those are the big moments that have happened in my life, and you could say I have a pretty hard life, I guess. And there's also been bad moments at Highland, where my dad used to live. And I'm gonna say a couple more, and then I'm gonna let you guys go. And you probably won't watch this full video because I wouldn't want to either. But I just need to tell people the story of my life. And I don't know, yeah. So, big moments that have happened on Highland Street, the little druggy street. But there's been so many. I'm gonna lay down for this. Ugh, I am uncomfortable sitting like that. Gotta wait for my camera to focus. Okay, yeah, I'm not wearing any makeup right now, so fuck off. Okay, so big moments. Big moments. Okay. There was one day when I was just sitting on the couch and I heard yelling. So I was like, Dad, what's going on out there? And so he gets up and checks, and there's a man in an RV, and he's taking away the druggy lady. And what he does is he's like, get in this car now. Get in this car now. We are not breaking up. We are getting through this. And she's of course like, no, you're gonna hurt me again, because he beats her. And so she didn't want to listen, so he punched her in the face and knocked her on the ground. And I was sitting there like, look. And this was right in front of my house, literally. Okay, my house, they were on my lawn. Actually, they were on my lawn, yeah. And punched her, bam, she fell backwards behind the fence. And you guys don't have to believe me on this, but I'm not lying. I mean, it would take me a while to make this story up, and I'm obviously not making it up. So yeah, he punched her, and then he, I guess, tried dragging her into the RV. So my dad comes out with a gun. And he's like, okay, you gotta stop or else I will shoot you, because... But my dad would never kill or shoot him. He was just trying to scare him. And my druggie Jessica, she was in the shower during this. And my sister's boyfriend, who's an MMA fighter, he helped too. He had a bat, and my dad had a gun. And a big thing happened, and we said we were gonna call the cops. So he was already on probation. So he drags from the car, jumps in the car, and drives off. And we saw his license plate. So the cops got called and all that happened. And that was a pretty big moment. Another moment was when the CPS came and took the kids. We went outside during that, and it was hard because we were really good friends with them. And I felt really bad because we fed them because their mom didn't feed them. Their mom didn't have really a house for them. She lived with that old man right next to us, and CPS came, we had to talk to them, and yeah. Apparently, there's been 3 stabbings on my lawn, on that lawn. Apparently everyone that has lived there before, except a couple people, got killed. So we were lucky how we didn't get killed, but usually on that lawn, I guess they got stabbed or shot. Mostly stabbed, I guess, but yeah, this was a pretty bad neighborhood. If you go and live there, you'll see that I'm not lying. And if you don't believe me, then I don't care. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I mean, why would I need to lie? Seriously. Yeah. Those are some big moments that have happened there, other than like this drunk guy always tried kidnapping us, and we went to go get ice cream at this creepy Mexican guy's house. Actually, I'm going to tell you guys that story because that one was weirdly interesting. So the kids, they were, I'm gonna sit back up now. The kids, they were about, the CPS kids, they were about 8 and 9, and the boy was 12, and he was the one that had a little crush on me. And they were talking to my dad, and they're like, hey, can we take Kayla and Tori to the ice cream stop, or the ice cream little thing? And I was like, yeah, sure. So we walk up, and it's a house, and we're just like, okay, maybe it's a house place where they sell ice cream, I guess. And so the kids knock on the door, they're like talking in Spanish or something, and then the guy comes out, he doesn't speak English, and he's like, oh, very nice. And we're like, what's going on, what the fuck? And so he opens up his doors, and we go inside. Bad idea, don't ever go inside some weird Mexican guy's house who you don't know. And the kids are like, come on, don't be scared, he just sells ice cream. And we're like, okay. So we go in the back of the house. We have to go downstairs, and it's in a little cellar. I know what you're thinking, that's like creepy, get the fuck out. But I didn't want to like make him think I was scared. So we went down in, and then he has like a little ice cream shop down there. So he's just staring at us while we're picking at our ice cream. And I get my little SpongeBob ice cream. Sister gets a little Pokemon one or whatever, Pikachu, I don't know. And he's like, okay, so that'll be about Todala or whatever with that Mexican voice. And so we go in the kitchen, and he's like, do you guys want some sodas too? With that creepy little smirk and creepy little voice. So we're like, sure. So get some sodas, and then we finally get out. And I was like, holy shit, I almost just got kidnapped right there. And I was so happy we got out. And then I ran home, told my dad, and my dad was like, okay, yeah, you're not going back there again. But so yeah, that was that story. And oh, you guys probably think I'm crazy. You guys probably don't believe me, but I don't know what to do to make you believe me. But that really did happen. I'm not lying. I mean, I lived in the true ghetto. If you don't know what ghetto is, then you haven't been to Island. And I feel bad for that schizophrenic guy. I wonder how he's doing. Something was wrong with him. He never left his house because he was scared that the voices would get him or whatever. So yeah, I guess I did start crying in the middle, kind of, because I get emotional when I talk about that. But beside the point, yeah, if you guys want to say your life is fucking hard, don't even try, because I don't even tolerate when people cut themselves. If you cut themselves, don't even bother talking to me. Don't even bother associating with me, because I don't like people that give up and that are just so weak. I mean, seriously, I have never cut a day in my life. I have never even thought about cutting a day in my life. I've never even had suicidal thoughts a day in my life. And all that happened, I mean, I'm not bragging about, oh, my life is so hard, because you know what? Yeah, it fucking is hard, okay? I ain't gonna lie about that. And I can get through it because I'm strong, and y'all's are little pussies because you can't get through a little hardness in your life. My uncle said it gets worse before it gets better. So that's all I think. Whenever something bad happens to me, it'll just get worse, and then it'll be all better. I mean, seriously. Like, listen. If you's a little pussy, I'm just telling you, don't even talk to me. Don't even, no, just don't. Just don't even, because I can't even. But seriously, this video is long. And that's how my personality is. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck about you. Unless you're my friend. Or you're dying. If you're dying, then I feel bad for you. I'm sorry, but yeah, just, I can't. But yeah, so I'm trying to upload this video. If it doesn't upload, well, then I just talk to myself for like 25 minutes. So, you want to leave some rude comments, please do. Rude comments make me feel better. But, yeah, so guess that it. If you want to know more about me, just leave some comments down below. And yeah. So, bye.